Hello and welcome everyone. Today I am joined with Monica Schist. Am I saying it right?
Monica Schu.
Sorry. Um, who is a fashion designer but also has an alter ego of Changa Shananga.
Charanga. And then you can just call me Monica or Changa.
Changa, that's it. And your alter ego, I guess, is also responsible. Well, not responsible, but is also a urine therapy expert. Or that's what I'm labeling you as.
Yeah, you can say so. Like I am the fashion. I am two people in one. Like the fashion designer Monica, and then the urine therapy expert or Changa.
So you have been dabbling with urine therapy for, from what I can tell from your videos and things, for about 17 years.
Yeah, now it's more. It's 21 years.
Oh wow, even better.
Yeah.
And I am very new to it. I'm probably like 21 days or something. So there's a big difference there. But I was really pleased that you agreed to be interviewed so that I can hear more about your story and question you about it, and also so that everyone else out there can hear a little bit more about it as well. Because the viewers looking at you on the screen may think you were only about 21 yourself, but actually you're in your 40s now, aren't you?
Yes, I turned 44 this year, beginning of this year.
Which is amazing. So that alone just shows you what an amazing modality or medium or treatment the urine therapy is. So
Yeah.
could you tell us how you started with it? Because it's, you know, for most people, it sounds quite disgusting, and people are easily put off by it, but as we can see, it has its outer benefits, but it's also got so many inner benefits that I'm finding out about as well. But how did you start with it? Where did that come from 21 years ago?
Yeah, well, pretty much like you, Faith. That's why I was so happy to find your video sharing your first experience with the urine therapy. It reminded me also of my former self 20 plus years ago and my enthusiasm watching you being so excited about the results, you know, so immediate. It was the same in my case. Well, I didn't have had any illness or anything to treat, to cure. Back then I was 24 years old, 23, 24. So I was just curious. And I was first also disgusted about the idea when it was through a friend of mine who is a naturopath, and I was working with him, helping him in his office, attending patients with another natural therapy, which was not unconventional as the urine therapy. But he saw my interest in learning more about all kinds of alternative ways of healing the body, and I was really open-minded, and I was, eat devouring books and books, and I came every day with new techniques, new books like homeopathy, Ayurveda, and so many things. And then he said one day, okay, Monica, seeing that you're so passionate in knowing everything, I have the therapy for you. This is not something I tell everyone, only the ones that are really open-minded. And I think you are ready for this knowledge. And so he took a book that he was kind of hiding behind his shelf, from all his books, and he gave it to me. He didn't say anything. He just waited to see my reaction. I looked at the book, and it was The Water of Life by John Armstrong. And then in small captions, there was urine therapy, but written underneath. And I was like, huh? I never heard of urine mentioned in any kind of healing way, or so. But I immediately thought, oh my God, have anything to do with urine? Don't you tell me that I have to drink my urine. You know? And he just looked at me and said, wait, stop, before you judge it, read the book, and then we can talk about it. And I was like, oh my God, okay, yes, I trust you, I'm open-minded enough, I never heard of this, but okay, I'm gonna read it, at least I'm gonna read it. So I was reading and I couldn't believe, the more I dive into the book, like, oh my God, all these claims, and people rejuvenating also, the ones who were starting the urine therapy and really going intensively into this practice, which is doing a urine fast for a lot of days, you know, and the healings that took place, you know, not just the rejuvenation of the body, the skin, but people were healing from cancer, from any disease. So I told myself, oh my God, I gotta try this, because wow, in my heart, you know that when you feel in your heart that something resonates as truth, even though it can be something really shocking, like, wow, you would never think that such thing exists. And it goes against the whole indoctrination, the whole education that you have received, the whole, you know, mainstream mentality of everyone, but somehow your heart is telling you this is it. It's really true. So I believed it. I trust. I really, wow. In my heart there was no doubt about it. But then I wanted also to see it in action, to test it for myself, to not just talk about it without having any experience myself. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna try this. I have to do a 3-day urine fast. And I could only do 1.5 days back then, my first urine fast. But it was like like, wow, from the first time I drank it, from the first time I did the whole body rubs with 4-day-old urine, which is what you do. You collect your urine and you let it age for some time, and then it becomes more powerful, and then you use it externally, and that's what makes your skin so young again. It's amazing. It keeps you young. I mean, I was very young back then. I didn't need the rejuvenation, but I saw the effects. My hair was growing stronger, my stopped falling, my you know, any pimples or blemishes disappeared from my skin. And then this is how I have also kept young since then, because I have kept doing this. And there were some periods in my life where I saw myself aging because of my work. I used to travel so much, and you know, jet setting around the world, it really puts a strain on your whole biology, and my skin was aging a lot. I was not sleeping much. I was eating also very poorly, very bad junk food just here and there. And so I could also have this opportunity to see myself from getting old to getting young again, thanks to the more intensified practice of the urine therapy, just using this collected urine every day, washing my body, applying it in massage. So I was really, from day one, I was so, wow, excited about the first results, and that I couldn't stop. I mean, I said, why should I stop? And why should I only drink 1 glass of urine a day? I'm going to start drinking everything, you know? I'm not going to waste any drop of this precious gift that is for free. It's my own nature. And why should I also feel disgusted about it? Because it's me. I mean, it's my own water. Why should I? It's like if I would be disgusted of my own saliva, or, you know, of my own skin. And yeah, urine comes from my blood. So I love my blood. My blood is what gives me the life. So how should I even think bad about it, you know? And I realized also that the taste and the smell was according to what I had eaten previously. So it all depended on me. And it also helped me to take better care of my diet, of eating more naturally. So my urine was also smelling and tasting nice, more naturally, but the way it's supposed to taste, because it's really not supposed to be stinky or awful in taste. It's supposed to be the most delicious water, and it is really. When you come as a baby, you know, this smell, this scent, this fragrance that babies have, newborn babies, this is your true natural scent and smell. And it's because your body is so pure, so clean at that stage. This is also the scent of urine that comes from this body. And I have really reached this point of purity after, especially after doing many urine smells so beautiful and tastes so beautiful. My skin as well, there's no more stinky sweat or odor. You know, it's really like I am becoming like a baby again in the purity. And yes, and you see it. My skin shows it, my hair shows it, and of course I'm not perfect. You know, I always go back and forth with the food. It's very difficult to really give up on food addictions. They are really strong, and I go back to eating the foods that I shouldn't put into my body, and then I see that my urine also becomes less nice. But it's a constant process. My urine is reminding me of taking better care of my diet, of me, and yeah, it's gradually I'm moving. I'm doing better and better, becoming every day trying to become a better version of my previous self.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
It is like, it is a bit like a compass, isn't it? I've noticed that myself. If you eat or drink something that's, you know, not particularly pure, you can tell in your urine. And also if you don't drink enough, and yeah, I think even already my own body odor and everything is changing, and it does make you really think about what you're putting into your body. I mean, I put in pretty good stuff anyway, but you know, sometimes, you know, the other day I had a glass of wine and I could see the difference, I could taste the difference, all, you know, within a couple of hours. And yeah, it really does make you kind of think about what you're doing, what you're putting in. But also, I've noticed if you get angry or upset or anything, then that has a really big impact on what's coming out, doesn't it?
Oh yes, there you see that the saying that it's not only the food that feeds the body, but the thoughts, the emotions is really true. With your thoughts, with your emotions, you can poison yourself, you can make yourself sick, you can even kill yourself, and it poisons your body, and really you see it in your urine. And this is the great thing of having always this constant feedback, as you say, you know, of drinking your urine all the time. If you do it not just every morning, but throughout the whole day and the night, and you're always in perfect synergy, you know, being conscious of how you're doing, you know, it's a constant feedback that comes from your soul, actually.
Mm.
And it connects you also. I feel that it connects me with my soul, with my heart. I have become so much more intuitive also as a result of always drinking my urine. It's like this immediate switch, something that is like creating a cable, a connection, a direct connection to your soul, because it bypasses all the blockages in the body. You're drinking like your blood plasma again, and it's wow. You know, also the symbol of the Ouroboros
Mm-hmm.
is this circle, is the most important, most ancient, sacred alchemical symbol, and it represents, you know, the snake drinking from itself, but in my perception, is snake drinking from itself, or drinking her urine, or you, the man, being in this, making this connection, like closing the circle, um, and then becoming much more powerful, because it's beginning to know itself and to be in itself, and it's like a um, self energy device. The body, it's self-sustained, and it's connecting to oneself. And for
Mm.
me, this is all that life is about. You know, it's a journey of self-discovery and
Yeah.
reconnection, going back home.
Yeah, and I liked what you said earlier about got to try and remember it now, about when you're drinking it, it's, you know, it's loving another part of yourself, you know, because we spend so much time hating all these parts of ourselves that and what comes out of us traditionally in, you know, Western culture now and stuff, we're kind of quite disgusted by it, you know, our urine, our feces, our sweat, our all sorts of bodily fluids. But in the process of drinking the urine, you do kind of, you make a connection to another part of yourself that you've kind of pushed away for your whole life, which is really beautiful, I think, as well.
Yes, for me, this is it. Really, faith is the highest expression of self-love that you can have. I mean, isn't it, when you see a baby, when you see an animal, and you feel this love, this attraction, you want to hug it, you want to cuddle it, you want to kiss it, right? And it's why just be ourselves. We should be in love with ourselves, and we should also want to kiss ourselves and merge with ourselves, and whatever is out of ourselves is precious.
So,
Thing is an expression of love, self-love.
yeah, totally. I think so. The more we can love all the different parts of us, the better. So tell me a little bit more about the kind of the aged urine kind of part of it. So we've spoken about drinking it, and obviously that has a huge amount of benefits. That, you know, it helped me recently with a severe allergic reaction, and I've also found that my eyesight, the sensitivity I had to light, is almost completely gone. And I'm certain somehow already my hair is getting thicker. And I've been getting chronic headaches for the last 2 months, and they've completely gone as well in such a short period of time. And it's been really amazing. The video I posted on YouTube to start with, so many people have left comments about what things it's helped them with as well, and it's been so amazing to read all of those. So there's clearly a huge benefit in drinking it. But what's the benefit in this aged urine thing? I mean, I haven't done this myself yet, so tell me about it.
Okay, I love that topic because, you know, I thought it was already a huge discovery for me to drink my fresh urine and have the wow effects of it until I tried aged. Wow! I tell you, you're in for a treat, for a whole new adventure if you dive into that as well. Is the more powerful form of medicine that you can get from urine. There, you don't need to do anything. Urine does everything by itself. Let it there, in place, in any container, and you just take care that it's you know, no insects come into the container, and you can have it closed or you can have it open. There are different ways of keeping it, and every way is okay. It acquires different properties. What urine does is it absorbs the oxygen because it's breathing, it's alive, it's a living liquid, living substance. It's not dead once it comes out of your body. It has living nutrients, living substance, and it has also stem cells. And these stem cells continue incubating in that perfect amniotic fluid, you know, that medium, which is the amniotic fluid, and perfect medium for harnessing new life and protecting new life. And that's why if you let it age, if you let it sit there for some days, and the longer, the more, you know, the stem cells continue reproducing themselves. And that's why it becomes so powerful, so much more powerful. It's like if you drink that urine, or if you use that urine, if you drink it through your skin, or drink it orally, or through doing enemas, or putting it in your eyes, eye drops, or in your nose, or sniffing it, or, you know, all injecting it as well. People inject it. People use different ways of getting this urine back into the body. Then you are doing like a stem cell treatment, a free stem cell treatment. And you know how very revolutionary are nowadays these treatments, and very costly. People are seeing, scientists are seeing, and doctors, how effective they are in treating any disease and recovering, regenerating organs. Stem cells are good for anything, wherever you put H urine with the stem cells, they will repair that part. If you put it in your eyes, they will become your eyes. If you put it in whatever part, they take care. They are very intelligent, and they take care of rebuilding, repairing, replenishing that part of the body. So if you start using the H urine all over your body by doing whole body massage, that was my first experience. I read it in that book as well. It's there. It's all there in the book from John Armstrong, The Water of Life. He told each of his patients to also use H urine as part of their urine fast protocol. Every day they were instructed to do 4 hours of whole body rubs, massage from head to toe with the aged urine, and it should be urine collected for and let it sit for at least 4 days in an open container. But because you allow it to keep breathing, it needs the oxygen to be more powerful. And I just cover it with any piece of cloth that allows the breathing to continue, but prevents any insects to come inside, or dust to come inside. Insects love urine. It's amazing. They they know that this is the perfect breeding ground for lay their eggs and their babies. And sometimes I have seen that I didn't cover it well enough, and there were fruit flies, especially flies. They love it, and there were already eggs hatching. But even I know it sounds really disgusting, but I have to mention that because some people may it's not a reason. I strained the urine, the H urine through a strainer, and I used it anyways, because what are they? They are just babies. They are not doing, they're just beings like me. And I didn't see any bad urine. I shared it with them for a while, but they trained it, and I used it, and I use it in every way, and it has always shown me this wonderful rejuvenating and regenerating and healing effects, always, no matter how it looked or how which phase it never caused me any damage. I really honestly say that, and every person that has used the H urine can testify this as well, that they have never experienced contamination, or there is no fear of thinking that places where it gets more stinky and looks funky, but it's just part of the process, breathing process, whatever is going on there. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, I'm not, but I trust that it's a perfect, wise, living being, living organism. It has divine consciousness. It has the consciousness of the soul, which is in the blood plasma. I have come to really realize that, feel that my urine is alive and knows. It's like the wisdom embedded in me, in my soul, and I can always trust it. And to tell you that in South America, in Bolivia, in Peru, the indigenous from that part, they also practice the urine therapy because they know it from ancient generations, from all the past generations. It's a very known natural healing technique, modality for them. And they don't use the fresh urine. They say fresh urine, but that's useless. You need to age it for it to really become medicinal. So
Okay.
it's really, and they don't even take so much good care of hygienically, stored. Because I remember when I was a little girl, I come from Bolivia. I was born and raised in Bolivia. So I remember we used to have people working in our home as maids or the gardener, and they were living with us. And I remember how they kept their urine in this old, not even plastic, it was a metal container, like met cans from that were even rotting, you know, old cans, food cans, but they didn't care. They kept it there, and they used it every day to wash their hair, to wash their bodies. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And I think always in their bathtubs because I knew they had cans that were open. No matter how it was kept, no matter how, yeah, it was always medicinal. And that's why they say the fresh urine, they don't touch it. It's why you need to have it aged in order for it to really work. It's very
Well,
interesting.
that's the next step maybe for me. I'm thinking about that. I've just had a verruca appear on my foot, and you know, in a few years ago I had some verrucas, and it took me a very, very, very long time to get rid of them. And in the end, I found this amazing homeopathic remedy after about 2 years of trying everything else, which got rid of them in about 6 weeks. But I'm really keen now to see whether having a foot soak in aged urine will, you know, get rid of them quite quickly, because it seems to be helping with just about everything else. And not just for me, because of the people around me. They saw my eye when I had this severe allergic reaction, and how quickly after drinking just a mouthful of urine, it went away. It would usually last me like a week, 10 days, and it was half the size in 4 hours. And they saw that, so everyone started drinking it around me now, and everyone's feeling the benefit. Everyone's got the same sort. It's helping eyesight, it's helping energy levels, all sorts of things. So I'm quite keen to see about the aged urine, but I wanted to kind of continue with just the drinking for a bit to see what the benefits of that were alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I mean, we've talked about obviously the skin, and I've said some of the things it's helped me with, and stuff like that. And we obviously also about the loving ourselves more, parts of ourselves, which is wonderful for me, because my last book's actually called Loving Yourself Inside and Out. I kind of wish I'd known about the urine thing before I wrote it.
That's for
But
your next book.
yeah, maybe. But what else? What other benefits can people find from kind of the either drinking it or the aged urine? I mean, what benefits have you had, or what benefits do you know other people have had?
The most amazing benefits go beyond the physical. This is going into the mental, emotional, and spiritual. Most of all, the spiritual aspect. It has been mind blowing, mind blowing. Ah, but before we touch into this spiritual realm, I just want to say something else about the aged urine, so that people are informed about this as well and don't feel shocked. Because when you start using the aged urine, it's such a much more powerful medicine than the fresh urine, that it intensifies the cleansing phase, which always comes with an initial detoxification
Right.
period. So you will most likely find that you seem to get worse before you really see the healing. But this is just because your body is dumping out all that is bad, dumping out the toxins, thanks to this extra powerful force, cleansing force of the urine, aged urine. So you need to understand that and remain calm and trust it, and don't freak out, that, oh, why is it, pimples all of a sudden appear on the skin, or fever, or the glands get swollen. I remember here, my glands really got really swollen, or here, and I was in pain and a little feverish, and little rash, like a skin rash. But I knew this from John Armstrong, that it was part of the detox process, so I trusted it, and I continued with the aged urine, and that was what also got rid of it sooner. And really, it happens really quickly. So you just need to trust it and continue. It's very important to continue so that it goes away. All these symptoms go away very quickly. And okay, having said that, now going to the spiritual. For me, this was really the most amazing effects, benefits of the urine therapy in a long term, that it's all of a sudden, it taught me so much about myself in a spiritual, as a spiritual being that I am. It really revealed to me my true being, which goes beyond the physicality. And but it went into phases. First it healed my body, then it healed my mind, it purified my mind, I got rid of so many traumas, you know, my emotional body and my mental body. And these are very important also parts of you that also need healing. And actually most of our sicknesses, physical sickness, come from also mental and emotional burden. And so it really, the urine therapy goes deep into all the levels of yourself. And then once you are clean from the emotional and the mental body, you meet your true being, which is your spiritual self. And this is like, wow, the biggest discovery, the most fascinating phase of, I would say the most amazing experience you can have in your whole life, or that I had in my whole life. And I had this experience when I was really committed to drinking all my urine day and night, and then eating much more healthy. And then I all of a sudden was feeling like, okay, I'm ready to do a long urine fast. And I did a long urine fast. It was 14 days. I actually would have continued it because I had no hunger at all. But the experience, the spiritual awakening that I had, it was so intense that I wasn't ready to face so much energy and so much power and so much wow, realizing that I am an infinite being and so powerful. It got scared. My mind got scared, you know, my ego got scared actually, because this means also the dissolution of the ego, the dissolution of this illusion that you thought you were this limited being, this being that you are used to be, your story, your persona, your character. You realize that you are not that, you are infinite and you are everything. And like, it's a hard truth to pill of truth to swallow. But it's also very amazing because it liberates you from it puts you in contact with everything, with the whole universe, with the vastness of your true being.
Wow.
And well, I can go and talk hours about this. Sharing my experience. I don't know how long you want to make this interview. Maybe we can leave it for another time. And
it sounds amazing. It really does sound amazing. So when you say that you drank all your own urine for 40 days, so you were doing what I've found out people call looping?
Yes, I started looping. Pretty much, I cannot put a date on it. I started drinking my urine the first time. It was just one glass, and I did this. I wanted to do 3-day urine fast. I could only do 1.5 days. And then like a week later, I decided I'm gonna drink all of it because wow, I've experienced so much benefits that I did my best to drink all of it, but I wasn't drinking all of it. And there were periods where I was not drinking it or drinking only 1 glass in the morning. But then after, I don't know, it was weird. From that moment on, I decided, hey, I'm gonna just try drinking all of it and see what happens. And after I was 3 months doing this day and night, and it was really difficult to keep up with because my body started producing so much,
Yeah.
But I was forcing me to drink it all, which is looping, what you call looping, drinking on a loop. Wow, after 2 or 3 months, I began realizing that I became telepathic, very intuitive to the point of reading people's minds. foreseeing what was coming next. What was like, I remember I was driving and I knew, oh, there is a parking spot there. I need to go there, or I need to take this route. It's gonna bring me faster, or little things like that. Or, oh, I'm gonna get a phone call from this person. Things like that that really happened. It was like, wow, I was freaked out about this. Wow, I'm really becoming very, my pineal gland, I don't know, my higher senses are being activated. So this is why I kept the habit of drinking all of it. And then I started also doing every day whole body massage with Urine to, on top of that, the intensity of the experience and of the practice of the urine therapy. And I more and more I was guided to, wow, this just go all in, because this is marvelous. It never ceases to stop amazing me. It increases and increases. When I think, okay, this is marvelous enough, then it can get even more, further. So this is when I started also fasting, doing longer fasts. And finally, a very long fast, I reached to this, wow, totally high state of awareness where I merged into light. At the end of it, it was so much energy that I saw everything disappearing, and I was light, and everything was light, and I saw this huge light that I became like a sun, or I didn't become, I am that all the time, but I am like living this dream, and we are that, we are one, we are that light, we come from that light, and we are that light. Underneath all the physicality that we see, we are that one thing. And now this one thing is, having a conversation through you and me, but it's the same one energy, one soul that is playing in. I know it's all really difficult to wrap it in our limited minds, process, but this is the journey of self-discovery, and that everyone has to do on its own. Something that I can have, everyone has to experience it to really see, wow, how it is. It's so difficult to put it in words.
Yeah. I look forward, I think I both look forward to that, and I feel a little nervous about that as well.
I was so nervous, so shocked when I reached to that point, that I said, oh no, please stop. It is too much. I'm not ready to face this truth. It's too much. But the good thing is that I could stop it at my own will, anytime. So I didn't need to be nervous about it, because it's not like when you take a drug, at hallucinogenic or ayahuasca or these things. I didn't try that, but I tried other drugs, and I know how it is that when you take a drug, you cannot stop it. You have to, oh my God, go through the whole 10 hours of the experience, No, because this is natural. This is something that is happening natural in you. So you are always in command. You are always deciding how far you want to go, and you can stop it at will. And so this is, if you are in a safe place, totally safe place. So this is what I did. It was like, oh my God, too much. I really freaked out when this happened, that I exploded into light. But immediately I said, no. And I opened my eyes and I came back into my body. I felt like I was coming back into my body. Okay, I'm still alive. Everything is okay, And then the way I stopped it, because I realized that my body was so pure in this, after these 2 weeks of doing the urine fast, that whenever I would close my eyes, I would again be merged into this light, So I had to pollute my body again. And that's how I stopped it. I stopped the process by breaking my fast, by drinking a little bit of fruit juice. Mm-hmm. So now I know that it's all has to do with the cleansed state of the body. Mm-hmm. For you to really feel your spirit. When you don't have anything else in this physical vessel, when it becomes crystal clear, like just the way it's supposed to be, just a vessel to hold your own energy, your spirit, then this is what you feel, what you experience, your spirit. You feel it. You are one with that energy, and you understand it. And then from then, it's easy actually. You need to learn to navigate in those waters again. But you know, everything is, all the knowledge is in you. And at first it was a shock for me, but I broke it. I broke the fast. But then I was for 2 months eating only fruits, only once a day, very small portion, and continuing drinking, looping all my urine, and doing the massage with Urine every single day, and enemas to keep my body clean, to help digest all these fruits that I was eating. And and while I was preparing my mind mentally, I was like, I want to feel this. I want to go through this experience and really navigate, learn to navigate these waters and discover my full self. And okay, my mind is freaking out because it's the ego doesn't want to die or disappear, you know. So I need to, yeah, like a little child, prepare it, and you know, it's all gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine, you know. And after 2 months that I was working mentally, I did the fast again. And then it happened. This same experience happened, but in 4 days, very quickly.
Wow.
And wow, I could write an entire book about it. Really, as a matter of fact, I am writing a book now, and it's gonna be
Excellent.
2 books, because it's so much that I can talk about the urine therapy. And first I'm gonna just do the basics and how to do it and how to heal any disease. And then the next book is gonna be the more advanced form, like what else you can expect from practicing the urine therapy if your body is already clean and healed, if you don't have any sickness. And it's amazing. It's amazing.
Wow. I look forward to those books. I really do. You'll have to let me know when they come out.
Yes, I will. I am in the middle of it. And I'm actually also preparing for a long urine fast, because I want to have this information as part of my book.
Mhm.
Really do a 40-day or more, a long urine fast, where I really take more time to be in that state. Because the second time I went to that enlightening state, I only remained there for 10 hours, 10 or 12 hours, because it got also very intense. And I was also a little bit afraid of what else I can do with this power, you know. And I also wanted to explore what happens if I drink something, if I eat something. And I realized that when I just had a little sip of orange juice, the magic stopped. So, okay. It was good for me to go back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
And, but I remember that if I would have stayed there, and I was totally hunger free, I didn't have any thirst, any hunger. I was really, it's hard to explain it in words. I was really one with the whole universe. Like I was really, it's amazing. I felt so much energy, so much power in me. I was that energy. I was all the energy. That I felt like I can do anything, really anything. I can materialize things. I can teleport my body. I can fly. I really felt like, I just need to think about it, desire it, and I will fly. But I was afraid of thinking about it, because I thought, oh my God, what happens if I really lift up my body? And I'm like, why? You know? So it's like learning to walk again, like being born into a new body, into a new being, in new existence, and learning slowly. I want to give me my time to take it step by step, you know. So now I am in this process. I want to also have this experience. I have heard of people who can teleport, who live, who are immortal, who are over 150 years old. I learned about this shaman in Peru that is living as a vegetarian, has stopped drinking and eating anything, and he's like a little child, and he can teleport and do amazing things. I mean, if I talk about it, people think I'm crazy, but I know it's in my heart. I know it's true. You know, it's a friend of mine who visited him, who spent with him 3 months in his very humble house in the mountains, and he's not on Facebook. He's not any guru. He doesn't want to be known, nothing. He's a very humble campesino, you know, living in the hills of Peru. And he also has to move every few months because people realize that he's this wow powerful being that with his whole, only a touch of him he can heal any tumors, any diseases, that people start coming and wanting him to help them. And he doesn't want to be recognized. He just wants to work in creating a paradise on earth. And really wonderful, all the projects that he has, so he keeps on moving. But this friend of mine was so lucky to have found about him and to have visited him and to have been accepted as his disciple student, and he was living with him for 3 months. And he told me, Monica, it's amazing. When I saw him teleporting, my mind was so conditioned to not believe this can be true that I couldn't see it. All of a sudden, my eyes couldn't see it until I had to adjust my mind program so that I could see it. And then it was like, it only took me like 3 days. And then we were like playing hide and seek. He was always, I was trying to catch him. And the moment I was about to catch him, he was just 8 meters away, you know? Things like that, like playing like little children, like it was the most normal and natural thing to do. And wow, and so I know that these possibilities are inherent in each one of us. We just have lost this knowledge and lost touch with these possibilities because of the poisoning of our bodies, because of the unnatural lifestyles that we have been born into, and we have been, you know, indoctrinated to assume as normal, but it's not normal. But we can all reverse all this, you know, and we can go back to activating these dormant abilities, faculties in us. They are equally in all of us, and it all comes down to the purification of the body. That's what I want to do with this 40-day urine fast. And I told myself, I'm gonna fly, I'm gonna learn how to fly, and I'm gonna write about it.
Awesome. I really look forward to hearing all about that. And I feel myself I would like to do a fast at some point, but I feel like you, I think it's good to build up to it. You know, and now I'm drinking more and more of my urine every day, and I would like to, like I said, try the aged as well, and then I think build up to a fast. But in between, I'm drinking a lot of fruit juice and distilled water as well, so that, you know, that's, I'm not putting in too much what I would class as rubbish, I guess. So but yeah, cool. It's been really super lovely speaking with you, and I love your enthusiasm and your energy, and it clearly works. Is there anything you want to leave us with, any last kind of message or anything at all?
Well, love yourselves, you know, don't be disgusted of yourselves. Be willing to discover your full self, and don't put any limitations to you. You know, allow yourselves to be anything you want to be, and yeah, that's what life is. Just enjoy yourselves and in a free way. That's what I tell me all the time. Don't condition me into being anything particular. Just go with the flow.
Yeah, I love that. Just be you. And actually, I would like to say as well, just one quick thing before we finish is, it doesn't actually taste bad. It only tastes bad if you put bad stuff in, doesn't it? Or think bad stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And even when it tastes bad, if you drink it, the next urine will taste much better. And this bad tasting urine, even after you have been angry or, you know, any negative thoughts or negative food, is the perfect antidote to reverse the damage that you have inflicted in your body. And talking about that, I forgot to mention that this shaman in Peru, who can teleport and everything, he was talking about urine therapy almost all the time. And and he was saying urine is the best antidote for everything. Is the key, he was saying. And I believe that part of his process of attaining what he has attained has been drinking his urine, using his urine.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem that the body picks up on poisons or things that are out of balance or things that are not working so much quicker if you drink your own urine, doesn't it? And I mean,
Yeah.
you said it has the stem cells in it, which obviously repairs things, but it actually, I think that's why a lot of the messages I've received from people since posting my story about it are to do with people that have had allergies, asthma, hay fever, autoimmune conditions, those sorts of things, because it seems that the body kind of, as you're putting it back in, it picks up on the anomaly or the problem so much quicker, and it is able to address it so much quicker than just doing it naturally.
Yes, exactly. All the information is there. All the information that whatever is going wrong in your system, whatever pathogens that you have, virus, fungus, bacteria, it's also in your urine because it is in your blood, but it is in such a diluted form, in a diluted, inactive state that it becomes for the body as really perfect information to study this virus, these toxins, this whatever that is causing the problem without being affected by it because it's inactive. And so it becomes the perfect solution to create the perfect antibody, the perfect vaccine. It's like a vaccine, that like a natural vaccine that has a homeopathic effect. So it's only gonna be good for you no matter how your diet is, no matter how sick you are, no matter how poisonous your body is, and no matter how ugly your urine looks and smells. It's your perfect medicine. I have seen people who were with me doing the urine therapy because they had cancer and their urine was horribly looking and tasting. It was like pure pus. It was so cloudy and wow, it was really like drinking venom, you know. But they healed doing that. They started drinking the urine when it was like that, and it became clearer and clearer over time, and they healed completely with this urine. Amazing. It really worked.
The body really does have everything it needs within it, doesn't it? It really does.
Yeah, we are totally self-sufficient beings.
Yeah.
We only need ourselves.
That's such an awesome thing to remind ourselves about, because we're always looking on the outside for everything, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for speaking with us. It's been enlightening and lovely, and thank you for sharing your story. And if anyone has any questions at all, they can pop them in below the video, and also I'll put links to your stuff below the video as well, so people can find you from there too.
Yeah, I will do my best to reply to any questions people post on your video.
Super. Thank you once again for sharing with us, and we'll say bye-bye to everybody out there. Thanks for watching too. Bye.